The WNBA All-Star starters have been announced, y'all. They've been announced. Y'all want to guess who not starting? Hey, listen. Some people don't belong in certain conversations.
And the front court players, Boston, Nafisi Collier, Nika, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. All right. And down here, Boston, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas. No Angel Reese, folks.
Angel Reese didn't just miss the All-Star starting lineup, she didn't even make the list of reserves. And that's despite being one of the most hyped names in the entire WNBA. After practically begging fans on social media to stuff the ballot boxes in her favor, the cold, hard truth has become impossible to ignore. She only managed to pull in just over 500,000 votes. That might sound decent on paper, but it's a tiny blip compared to the massive expectations built around her. This is the same player Forbes tried to anoint as the co-face of the WNBA, placing her alongside Caitlin Clark, as if Reese had already earned her spot in the league's royalty. But the scoreboard doesn't lie. You'd think someone called the face of the WNBA would at least be leading in votes, right? Not even close. The self-proclaimed Barbie of the league didn't just fall behind, she didn't crack the top 10. So what went wrong? Let's be real. Did y'all really think Angel Reese was going to be the star of the All-Star game? Don't get mad, and don't try to silence the conversation. Because here's the truth, those Instagram followers, those trending TikToks, all those viral moments? They don't translate to the court. And they definitely don't translate into votes. You can campaign all day, but if fans don't believe in the product you're putting on the hardwood, they're not clicking your name. And clearly, they weren't. This is someone with wall-to-wall media coverage, constant highlight reels, and an endless stream of Twitter buzz. Yet somehow, when it actually mattered, when the fans, players, and media cast their votes, Angel Reese ended up nowhere near the top. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, despite all the controversy and critics she's faced, obliterated the fan vote. Clark pulled nearly 1.3 million votes, almost triple Reese's total. This isn't just a bad finish for Reese. It's a brutal reality check. The deeper you look into how those votes were cast, from fans to fellow players to seasoned media, the more obvious the gap becomes. Hype doesn't equal respect. And popularity online doesn't equate to production on the court. Let's not forget, Reese finished 13th in All-Star voting. Not top 5. Not top 10. 13th. And this is the same Angel Reese who was everywhere last year, praised in think pieces, splashed across magazine covers, and marketed as the next big thing to redefine women's basketball. The league itself leaned fully into that narrative. But when the votes were tallied, when it was time to see who actually showed up for her, she found herself sitting way down in 13th place. That's not just disappointing. That's borderline humiliating for someone who's been labeled the future of the game. Now let's break down why. Angel Reese is averaging 11.3 points and 11.9 rebounds per game. At a glance, those boards look solid, until you factor in her shooting percentage, which sits at a rough 38.9% from the field. That's not just a small drop. It's a glaring issue. Her rebounding is also down by more than a full board per game. And for someone who's 6 feet 3 inches and was supposed to dominate in the paint, that inconsistency is loud. Those stats don't scream generational talent. They don't even whisper, all-star starter. They suggest an average player still trying to find her rhythm. Across the league, it's clear who's controlling the conversation, and the scoreboard. Caitlin Clark isn't just filling up the stat sheet. She's leading her team, hitting game-changing plays, and packing arenas from coast to coast. In contrast, Reese's numbers simply aren't keeping up with the noise around her. Players with less Twitter fame but more on-court reliability have leapfrogged her in the All-Star vote, and it's not hard to see why. And here's where the All-Star voting system absolutely tears down the illusion. Sure, fan votes count for half, but the other 50% comes from media members and fellow players. People who watch film for a living. People who know exactly what greatness looks like. Angel Reese didn't just slide down their rankings. She disappeared from their ballots entirely. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark wasn't just selected, she was the unanimous pick on all 3 official media ballots. That's what earned respect looks like. That's what brilliance on the court gets you. Despite all the media love tied to her brand, Angel's performance just hasn't backed it up. This is the same Reese who was online practically begging for votes, not promoting, not marketing, begging. And yet, she landed at number 13. That's not a coincidence. That's the result of a widening gap between her public image and her actual impact. Yes, Reese has built a massive online following. Yes, the media wanted her to be the next superstar. But this isn't just about being famous on Instagram. In the WNBA, you've got to show up every night and perform. And so far this season, she hasn't delivered on that promise. Every clanked jumper. Every quiet, single-digit scoring night. It all hits harder when you're the one being promoted as the next big thing. She couldn't even squeeze into a reserve spot. Players like Gabby Williams and Brittany Sykes earned those. And if that weren't enough, Megan Hall from USA Today, one of the journalists who spent months championing Reese as a game changer, didn't even include her on her All-Star ballot. Fans noticed. Players noticed. And yes, the media noticed too. That lack of support isn't random. It's not political. It's performance-based. The press helped elevate her into the spotlight. But when it came time to vote, even they stepped back. The Twitter memes. The highlight reels. The magazine features. None of it could save her from the harsh truth: she hasn't lived up to the hype. And 13th place in All-Star voting proves it. This isn't just about one bad week. This is the basketball world holding her accountable. And I know, some of y'all are already mad. I saw the meltdown on Twitter. I saw the posts accusing the voting process of being rigged. But come on. Be honest. Just because your favorite player didn't get in doesn't mean there's a conspiracy. It means she didn't earn it. This All-Star snub sends a bigger message. The WNBA community, the fans, the insiders, the peers, they want more than flashy interviews and viral clips. They want consistency. They want dominance. They want results. And here's the bitter irony: Reese didn't just hope to get in. She campaigned hard. She lobbied her fan base to vote. And when the dust settled, not only did the votes fall short, fans actively chose other players. Shooting under 40% and failing to crack the top 10 after rallying your entire online base? That's not just a snub. That's a loud, clear wake-up call. Clout doesn't equal all-star credibility. Multiple respected sports media outlets released their ballots. And Angel Reese's name? Nowhere to be found. Not even mentioned. And these are the same journalists who once fawned over her every quote, outfit, and Instagram post. But when it came to selecting who really deserved to represent the league, she didn't make the cut. Even Megan Hall, the same Megan Hall who spent months framing Reese as a transformative player, left her off the list. And that speaks volumes. Because truthfully, based on her performance so far, Angel Reese shouldn't even be starting in a regular season game, let alone an All-Star one. The bottom line? You can build a huge following. You can dominate headlines. You can be called the face of the sport by every magazine out there.